Come on, little sis, come look at this. Come look at this picture right here. A picture's worth 1,000 words. I want y'all to look at this. I want you to show that slavery is in the Bible. Read.
That's right.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
It said, it shall come to pass. This is Moses talking to the Israelites well over 2,000 years ago. Well over 2,000 years ago. This is Moses talking to us, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Americans.
Right.
He's talking to us right now. He said what?
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
It said hearken. That means to listen. If we don't listen to a certain instruction, just like your parents say, I want you in the house by 9 o'clock.
Right.
I want you not wear whatever you want to. You have to listen. Hearken to obey what?
To observe to do all his commandments.
All his commandments. Now I gotta ask this. What are some of the commandments? What are some of the commandments of God? What are some of the commandments? Just real like.
Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not
commit adultery. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not commit adultery. If we kept those 3 commandments, do you think that would turn our community right side up? Yes! Because he never gave us religion. He never gave us Baptist, Pentecost, Jehovah's Witness. He never gave us none of those. He gave us laws, statutes, and commandments. Just like your parents gave you laws, gave you commandments. Be in this house by 9 o'clock. Why? Because I don't want you in the midst of no idolatry. Because that's what happens at night. Or fornication at night. Adultery, that happens at night. I want you in this house. I want you in those books. So one day I can marry you to a righteous man.
Right.
Read.
Which I command thee this day, that all these curses.
All these what?
Curses.
Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? It's a bad thing, because if I came out here and start cursing everybody out, y'all would think I'd be bad. I'd be wrong. Because I done curse you out. He said all these curses. Now let me show you that curse that we was cursed in the Bible with slave ships. Read.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
It said, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. Let's find out what Egypt means, sis. Let's find out what Egypt means according to the Bible.
Bring it out.
Because look, this is history. This does not happen. This is past. It's actually still happening in Assyria. This is still happening in parts of Mississippi right now.
Right.
Slavery. They're still picking cotton in Mississippi.
Bring it out.
They're still picking cotton in Mississippi.
Right.
Exodus 20:2. Come on, prophet.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2.
Bring it out.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Out of the land of Egypt. And we're finding out what is Egypt according to the Bible. Read.
Out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of what?
Bondage.
Little sis. What's your name, sis? What? Antasia? Hey, little sis. Sis, come up real quick. Little sis, come here real quick. What's your name? I got Antasia. Come here. I ain't gonna bite. Trust me, I ain't gonna. Listen, what's your name, sis? Felicia? All right, Antasia, Felicia. We just said we're gonna find out what is slavery according Egypt according to the Bible. My man, come here. Because we're going over our nationality according to the Bible, right? I'm about to prove that this right here, slavery, right here, happened. And it happened to only a certain people. All right, let's read that again. Remember, this was written over 2,000 years ago. Well over 2,000 years ago. Read. Listen to this.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
Into Egypt, which said was the house of bondage, into slavery. Again, read.
again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
With the sailboat.
With ships.
Cargo slave ships. That's in the Bible. Did that not happen to us? Did that not happen to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Americans? But most importantly, the blacks. Over 100 million people was crossed the Atlantic.
Bring it out.
Look, this is, and it said in the Bible, it said that we was going to come over here in a certain way. With what?
With ships.
With ships. Cargo slave ships. This never happened to no other race except our race.
That's right.
It happened to us and no one else.
Right.
Not to the degree where sharks changed their migration pattern because of our bodies that was dumped over the slave ships. I know you've seen the movies. You know what I'm saying? 12 Years a Slave. What was it? What's the ship called? What's that? Huh? Amistad. When it was took the boulder, threw it over there, and all the people was falling underneath. That happened to us. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Just like I'm saying it to you Israelites, it's going to happen. If why? You don't keep my law, statutes, and commandments. Remember, you just said 3 commandments. You just mentioned 3 commandments. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not commit adultery. If we kept those 3, our community will be changed overnight.
That's right.
Overnight. If we just kept those 3.
Right.
We will be honored. Marriage will be honorable. We won't be stealing from each other.
Right.
We wouldn't kill each other.
Right.
We have the highest murder rate here in Milwaukee.
Bring it out.
I don't care if you stay right here. You go to Chicago, go to Detroit, go to New York, go to Los Angeles, go to Mexico City, go to Brazil. It's going to be the same.
That's
Why?
right.
Because we didn't want to keep God's laws, statutes, and commandments. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
We won't see it. That's talking about our homeland. That's talking about Jerusalem. We ain't gonna see our homeland again. We won't. Read.
Thou shalt not see it again. Thou shalt see no more again. And there ye shall be sold.
You should be what?
Sold.
Did that not happen? Look at this. Look at this mother being sold. Her child being sold. She's getting ready to be sold. They're crying. They're sorrowful. They said, and you shall be sold. Where?
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Then it said your friends?
Your enemies.
It said your enemies. It said you're going to be sold unto your enemies. Who was buying the blacks? Who was buying the black people? Yeah, you can take pictures. Go ahead. Who was buying the black people? Over there in South Carolina. Over there in Georgia. Over in Mississippi. Whites, right? It was white people. Not only did the white people, guess what? The Chinese did it.
Right.
The Japanese did it.
That's right.
Right? The East Indians, the Arabs, Mecca is the largest slave port in the world.
Bring it out.
It was the largest slave port in the world.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Unto your enemies, not your friends. Read.
For bondmen
For slave man
and bondwomen.
and slave woman. Read.
And no man shall buy you.
See, clue. How many revolutionaries tried to help us in your time? How many revolutionary men tried to help the so-called blacks out of the condition that we're in? Young people, come here. Check me out. Check me out. I used to coach some of y'all. Come over here. Basketball, football, it don't matter. Come over here. I used to coach some of y'all. How many of those people tried to help us? King tried, right? They assassinated him. Malcolm X tried. They assassinated him. Fred Hampton. All those. They tried. But what did they do? They ended up locking them up for killing them. Right? Come here, little young people. Yes. All those people tried to redeem us. But the only person that's going to redeem us is Jesus the Christ.
That's right.
The Black Messiah.
Right.
Right? So, come here, young man. I just saw you had your hand over your arm around that young lady right there. Is that your girlfriend? No? Why you had your arm around her like that? Huh?
She can be my girlfriend. She won't.
No, man, because we don't do. So, is there a girlfriend and boyfriend in the Bible? No. You supposed, listen, no, because you guess what? Guess what, young man? You supposed to be concentrating on your grades. I want you concentrating. Ain't that right, St. Q? You supposed to be concentrating on your grades right now. Man, don't worry about them girls, bro. I got my sons is your age right now. How old are you? 17. I got a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old. I keep it right here on my hill. Teaching them, hey, don't worry about that. Go get your education. They gonna be there waiting for you. When you make yourself a high-value man, they gonna be waiting for you.
That's right.
But if you go ahead and accidentally or get one of these pregnant, guess what? You're no longer a high-value man. Your butt is gonna be working.
Right.
Your butt is gonna be working, or they gonna put you on child support. Am I wrong, Shin-Q? This is what we're trying to say, young man. You see everybody else walked away, except the young sister right here. Everybody else walked away, but this is for you. This is not coincidence. But let me show you that in the Bible. Give me Hebrews 13:4. We don't care about no boyfriend, girlfriend, because ain't nothing in the Bible. We gonna go what? Thus says the Lord. This is the law. This is the law that we have to keep reading.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 4.
Uh-huh.
Marriage is honorable in all.
They said what?
Marriage is honorable in all.
When you get up to that marriageable age, that's gonna be honored. When you can have a wife, one wife. And guess what? You can provide for a family. Now you got a job, now you got a house, now you got a car, and guess what? Now you can take care of a shorty, a couple shorties, right? But it says marriage is honorable in all. Not boyfriend and girlfriend.
Right.
So when you had your arm draped over the sister, bruh, you don't want them problems. Because trust me, we got plenty brothers that's on child support, that's good fathers, that's what's supposed to be on child support.
Right.
You'll get an STD out here, bruh. Bro, it's real. You probably heard already. One of the boys, I was messing with this girl, but this is what we're talking about. It said what?
Marriage is honorable in all. In the bed undefiled.
Come on, my older sister, come here. Because we showing this young man that marriage is honorable.
Right.
We showing that we trying to put marriage back in the black community.
That's
what we trying to do. Before, because 85%, guess what? 85% back in the 60s, we was married. We was married at an 85% rate. Now it's 27. 27%. The lowest in our community. The lowest out of all nations is us. Marie.
But
You got a question?
whoremongers.
All right.
And adult
But what?
whoremongers.
But whoremongers, what's a whoremonger? What's your name, young man? What? Los?
Los. L-O-S. Los.
Los? Okay, Los. What's a whoremonger, Los? You don't know? What's a whoremonger?
Man.
Sleeping around with different women. There's a man sleeping around with different women. That's a whoremonger, right? You going from sister to sister to sister. That's a whoremonger. Hold on, sis. Read.
But whoremongers,
For who?
whoremongers,
Read.
and adulterers,
And adulterers, brothers that's married sleeping outside their marriage. Read.
God will judge.
God will what?
God will judge.
Now, Los, how do God judge adulterers and whoremongers? How would he judge them? Huh? No, that's sending them to hell. Give them an STD. Give them child support.
Right.
Right? That's what he's going to be doing. That's judgment from the Lord. It is righteous judgment because his law told you not to do so.
Right.
Not to be boyfriend and girlfriend.
That's
not to be an adulterer stepping outside your marriage.
Right.
That's what we're trying to show. We're trying to show you got to prove a friend first.
Right.
Prove a friend first.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.